Hey everybody, welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am here today to go over the Survivor 41 cast assessment. We all know that tomorrow is the day we have been waiting probably over a year. Has it been over a year? Maybe 2 years?
Probably a year and a half, I think.
We've been waiting for Survivor to come back. So I wanted to give my first impressions off of the cast. And this is just off of their 60-second videos that were out there on Twitter. And I want to, I don't want to say prejudge, but I do want to kind of give my judgment, my 2 cents on them without seeing them play the game. So what I think of them may be totally different after I see the first game tomorrow. And I have my good friend Charles here. You know, we have a good time when we get together talking about Big Brother, Survivor, the challenge, anything. We have a good time. So thank you, Charles, for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me to do this. I know I don't got my set up, but by any means necessary, we are here.
We
You know,
are here. You have some love out there. Hey, Eric. Hey, Zuda. Thank you all for being in the chat. Let's get started. I don't have any order. I do have my rankings list that I will go over at the very end. So when we talk about these players, when I see that picture come up, we just gonna talk about them, and that's it. So let me go to my pictures.
do it.
Hey, y'all know I'm new to the stream, so I want to talk about Sarah. That ain't Sarah. See, this gonna be difficult because I can't tell who is who. We just gonna go however I uploaded the pictures, and then my order. The first person in the pictures is Xander.
Okay.
Let's see what Xander says. Xander is a 21-year-old app developer. Some of the things he said in his 60 seconds was that he's smart. He has his own coding company, so he owns it. He said something about when Survivor, when he was born before, it's called Borneo, Borneo. What is Borneo?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, boo, I'm 20 years older than you, and I still don't know what Borneo is. But that's something he put out there. He says he always believed young males. No, that's what I said. Oh, he said he. I promise I ain't had no Stella Rose yet, y'all. He says he runs 13 miles a day and he enjoys making friends, but he will cut people's throat at the end. I like the cutthroat part he threw out there. What do you think about Xander so far?
Xander gives me Big Brother casting choice. Like their typical CBS curly haired surfer dude casting choice. That they have one of those on every show, every season, and I don't see him winning the game, but I do I see him making merge? Maybe not. I don't even see him making merge. I see
I do.
I see him being good for like the competitions, but I feel like with this cast, because the cast is kind of older
It
than
is
normal,
older.
I think they're going to target the young people early. So
Maybe. Now, Eric let me know what Borneo is. It was a location for Survivor. That makes sense. But when he threw that reference out there, I didn't know what he was talking about. I think I said in my opinion, I think young males have an advantage because people are going to keep them around for the team part because they're strong and they want them to, help out in the team challenges. So I can see him making the merge. I think he's 20 years old and he owns a coding business. So he's extremely smart. And I think by him being an owner, he should be able to know how to talk to older people and gain respect in the way that he talks. Like I don't think he might not talk childlike, if that makes sense.
mm, okay, technically in 2021, anyone can be a business owner. You can go ahead and LLC real quick online or go downtown. So the whole business owner thing. That doesn't
Everybody can't be a coder though. Everybody can't code apps.
employees. I don't know if he has employees. He might have a business, but he's only sole proprietor there. Um, he's a coder. Okay, to me that doesn't mean you have. This is a social game. This ain't no math game, and so I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. I did say in my notes that Xander, it all depends on the pace of the game. This is a faster game, and like you said, the cast is on average older, so it all depends on how the game start pacing. I can see him making the merge though. Let's see who's up.
Or non-white, so he may typically with like the white males when they work together. He doesn't have that many choices this season. If he had like a cookout situation this season where they wanted to get a certain type of guy out, so there are definitely negatives for his game this season.
There are some negatives. I think the negative is that most people are in their 30s and up. There's not a lot of 20-year-olds. That's a negative. Where most Survivor seasons, there's a ton of 20-year-olds. But it's something about Xander that I like, and I just think he will make it far. On my rankings list, I have Xander at number 4, actually. So
Oh,
I do.
a
I do. Who is up next? Tiffany. This is Tiffany.
actually
Now, if I get people's names wrong,
that
forgive me.
I like her. She's like a 5 for me. If I had to,
I don't like Tiffany. This is why I'm happy we did this together, because I know we can have good conversation because we don't agree on everything. Some of the things Tiffany says something in her bio, and that's probably where I was checked out for her. She's a 47-year-old teacher. She is in the older crowd, which I like. I like when they have older contestants. And she said when she teaches, she has to code switch when she talks to the different children. And you know what it means to code switch. That's when you talk white, when you on your professional job, and you might talk more relaxed and use a little bit of slang when you with your friends, family. And I was like, why does she have to code switch with children? You mean she telling me she talked to the white kids different with the black kids? Now, I could be sensitive. I could be sensitive and read into that all wrong. But when she said it off top, I was like, I don't like her. I don't like this code switching with the children.
see why when she said that, that's the reason why I like her. We when she said she can code switch, um, that made me a double look at her. She reminds me of those like um maybe a Latino teacher like in New York. These are people of color, but they might have to teach in like an all black area or at a white school. So technically, she may have even grown up around all black and brown people, but when she's around white students, she has to act different. Um, and she's a person of color to me. So her saying she has to code switch to me is not a trigger because she's not a white woman saying it. That would be different.
She's not a white woman.
She's not a white woman. She's a person of color. A white woman code switching would be different.
Okay, see, when I looked at Tiffany on the video, I saw white woman, and then when she said code switching, that's why I felt some kind of way. Charles, I don't see person of color in this picture. I don't know. Now I don't know who her parents are, but I don't see it.
Yeah, we have to look deeper into her bio, but she definitely gives me Latinx. So yeah, hmm but yeah, one of
I'm
my
gonna put Tiffany on the fence. One thing I like about Tiffany, she seems like she knows how to say what she has to say, and maybe she can gather. Right. Everybody saying she white. Everybody's saying she white, and they don't see no person of color. So I don't know.
being a POC, especially if you're Latino, it's just not about the way you look. Like just because you look at somebody and see light skin and you say to me they're white, you can't That's not for you to judge. We don't know her parents. She might have two Boricua parents, and we just don't know her. I have to
From
look
her
deep.
voice, I didn't get it. Um, I'm not gonna give everybody a tan with a tan or Latinx bypass. I'm not gonna do that. But her race doesn't matter. Um, I still don't think like Tiffany. What was the name of that lady who was an executive? That black lady who didn't know how to talk to people, but they kept her around
No.
because she. What was her
Um,
name?
I don't remember, but she don't give me her vibes. No.
She gives me her vibes.
No, that older black lady, she was very like stern. She didn't help around camp. She was
I
bossy.
get that.
It
I get
did
that.
not give me that vibe.
I get that because she's a teacher, she might start talking to people like they're children. Like I get that she don't know how to talk to people vibe.
But Tommy's a teacher. Tommy won 39. Mm-hmm.
But Tommy wasn't talking about code switching and everything. I don't know.
Tommy is
Something about her vibe I don't like.
the coast.
I don't like. She's number 14 out of 18 on my list. So I'm gonna have to she's somebody I'm gonna have to watch
You need to
because
do
as of
because y'all keep saying she looks white, but that don't mean she is white. So, but yeah,
is that lady Natalie? I can't remember that black lady name. She was an older black lady. She was an executive. She didn't know how to talk to people. She was iconic for all of the wrong reasons. But that's who Tiffany reminds me of. But let's go on to the next person. I love when we don't agree because it makes it more fun.
yeah, have something to talk about.
It's not fun when it's like, yeah, I like we don't agree. Okay, let's move on to the next person. This is Sydney. My notes are all out of order because the pictures are out of order. I like Sydney because I know we both like Sydney together. She's 26 years old. She's a law student. She says she's confident, candid, and sexy. She said everything comes easy to her. She's a natural athlete. Her parents nurtured her ego at a very young age, which that tells me that she's very spoiled. She says in the pre-merge is when you build relationships, but the basic strategy is just to see tomorrow. I like her. Everything about her gives me a poverty vibe, one of those take no prisoners type of females. I will slit your throat. I will flirt with you. I will do whatever I got to take to see the next day in Survivor. I like her. I like her. I know everything I said about her might sound negative, but she gives me good Survivor player. And Sydney is number 2 on my list.
And she's an athlete. We saw
Yes.
her swimming really well in one of the trailers that to me, Parvati is nothing but looks, no shade. So I would take Sydney over Parvati without even seeing Sydney play because Parvati's never been one of my favorites.
I
But
like poverty.
Sydney has so much. I love a bitch that is self-aware and she knows that she can be a bitch and she knows that she's going to tell you things that you don't want to hear sometimes, but I love it about her. And that's one of the reasons why I think she's going to go very far in the game.
I think she will go far in the game because of her athletics. I think people will want to keep her around. But if she doesn't reel in that spoiledness and that ego that she talks about, that can turn other cast members off. If she could reel that in and keep the aspects of her personality that makes her a good game player, I think she will go far. People not seeing it for Sydney in the comments. Zuda is in here for Sydney and relaxed. What is that? A Snorlax?
Yeah. Oh,
He
I
don't
love
care for her either.
about Pokemon. Snorlax is top 5 icons of all time. But okay, moving on.
Okay, that's a Pokemon. I didn't know what that was, but I learn stuff every day. Okay, but let's move on from Sydney. It seems like we're on the fence. Some people like her.
We're
Some
not on the
people.
Sydney. Y'all.
We like her, but the chat is on the hate side, so she's on the fence. She's on the fence. Up next is Chantelle. Now, Chantelle is a high player for me. I like her. I remember up top that she's a pastor. And as soon as I saw she was a pastor, I said, oh, she ain't going to make it because she not going to know how to slit throats. But she said something. Damn it, why I can't find Chantelle? Okay, here it is. Chantelle is 34 years old. Chantelle said something that let me know she a pastor, but she down for the game. She said, I value forgiveness more than anything. So that lets me know, yeah, I'm a pastor, but I'm about to slice your throat real quick in this game, and I'm gonna ask for forgiveness later. That's what I got from Chantelle. I read too much into that.
It might also read, oh, somebody stabbed me in the back. I'm gonna forgive them, and they're gonna play my elimination. Definitely. I'm glad to vibes once we get on the sand and then the camera. I'm gonna be glad to be on the show. I don't see her making merge. I don't see her being necessarily great um, with the competitions. Can you still hear me? Because somebody just texted me.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, she has a long athletic body, but we got to see it work. I got to see her in some competitions. I got to see her, do some things, but
She's not going to be the worst by
not
far.
my favorite. No.
I like Chantel. That's why when you can say something, people can interpret it different ways. I took it as I'm about to play this game and ask for forgiveness later. A lot of people like her. Relax, Snorlax. I'm just gonna call you Relax because Snorlax is hard for me to say. That's a tongue twister. Relax, Snorlax. Okay, I'm gonna try to get it. But Relax likes her. Zuda says it was her Tasha line in the preview. I don't recall her Tasha line. She said, I could lie, and when it's all over, I'll pray for forgiveness. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. She gonna lie. She gonna play the game.
I love Tasha. But Tasha was a comp beat. If Tasha wasn't as good as she was at the competitions, she wouldn't have lasted as long. So is this player going to have the comp wins like Tasha? Because Tasha was
We
winning
shall see.
individually.
We shall see. But Chantel is high on my list. I have Chantel as number 7, and she's one of my star players. I'm really excited to see her play. So we shall see. I mean, I when you look at this cast, she's by far not the worst, going to be the worst in the challenges. So
No, not
she
they should be the worst.
she
No,
has a buffer. Now, this the girl who was the first on my list, but I done got my papers all out of order. This is Sarah. She's 24, a healthcare consultant. What I didn't like about Sarah in her bio is she had no confidence. She was like, I think I'm an athlete. I think I'm strong. I get we'll see. I just want to lay low. And Jeff already told us this is a fast-paced game. 26 days, not 39. It's no time for the lay low strategy. You
you know
can't lay low because while you
you're not.
laying low, you're gonna be gone. So Sarah is someone who I think is going to be, the game is going to be over her head because she's preparing for 39 days and it's going to slap her in the face that you can't lay low, you can't be nice. I agree, Zuda. Sarah is boring to me. So Sarah is number 17 out of 18 on my list. What do you think about Sarah?
Her is very vanilla. She's forgettable for me. Um, I don't know how she's going to adjust. And that's another thing too. They revealed today that there's going to be no rice. They're not giving any of the tribes rice this season. So they're literally going to be starving unless they win competitions, literally, this season. So I don't know
They
how.
got to feed them something. They can't have them out there with nothing.
Well, that's what they said in the trailer today. I don't know how them girls is going to win. I mean, not win, but sustain not getting the rights that they expect. Because when you expect to go on Survivor, you're like, oh, well, at least I got rights. It might not be great, but that this season
You
they're
have something.
not giving them the back of rights this season. So
Hmm. That might change my opinion about a few people when we get to them, but I'll wait till we get to them before I say something. Up next, this is it Richard or Rich Card? Because he doesn't have an H in his name. Rich Ricard, I believe
Ricard,
is his name.
yeah, Ricard.
I know he's a flight attendant. As soon as I find my paper with his name on it, I'll tell you how old he is. But it was something about Ricard. He was one of the ones we discussed earlier that I didn't like because he seems like he's just here to be the first, what did he say, brown, hard
Wait,
of hearing, queer winner. And
yeah,
he's
he's
31 years old. Hmm?
Latinx person.
Okay, you say Latinx. I still saw white, but we ain't gonna go
Y'all
back and forth on that.
person white.
I didn't see Latinx. It's Ricard. Ricard. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what his mama named him. But in his bio, I'm not trying to be shady. I was just used to saying Richard, but it was spelled different. But in his 60 seconds, he didn't give me Survivor player. He just gave me I want to be the first brown queer hard of hearing player. Now I do like him because my stepdaughter is deaf, so I like to support people in the deaf community. But uh, he doesn't give me that he's want to play the game. So he's low on my list. I think I have Ricard at number 11. What do you think of him?
I would like to see how he acts without food. A lot of these people, I want to see how they react when they are literally stripped of that, even that small thing, because that can really change somebody's personality. You may be this bubbly, whatever, but the queen come out and you will get snappy when you are hungry.
Oh, you will get snappy when you're hungry. Now, Charles, let me ask you this. I don't think they're not, they have to give them food. I think what Jeff was saying is they aren't replacing the food. Like if you eat it all up, don't
No,
come begging for seconds.
Angie, they blatantly say they are not giving them rice.
I can't, I can't imagine.
But
It
that's
ain't
why,
but one or two fishermen in this whole cast. Who gonna get the food?
well, you have to fish for it. You eat coconuts and drink coconut water, or you have to win challenges. They do give them food and stuff when you win challenges, like whatever them comps. But
I'm with Zuda. A lot of people are about to lose their shit. A lot of people. You cannot not give people nothing. I personally, I'm gonna quit after about day 2 or 3. I'm like, okay, Jeff, I'm out. I thought I at least had some rice, and I'm out.
on a losing tribe that keeps thing, you're gonna be pissed.
Yes, but okay, we gonna watch tomorrow. We gonna see because I just can't imagine them not.
Flip that clearly said they're not giving them right.
Okay, you said it. Up next, this is Nasir.
I
I
don't like.
like Nasir because he was from Sri Lanka, and you know I love them twins from Sri Lanka. So if he has any kind of personality like my Nadia and Natalie,
No,
me and Nasir will be friends. He's 37, so he's also on the older scale. At the cast, he gave a lot of damn it, Angie. What can I say? I don't want to say sob story. I don't want to sound shady, but he gave his story of he grew up with no running water, no electricity. He's used to using the bathroom in a hole in the ground. So I think the roughing it part will be easy for him. Charles, you ain't right. You ain't right. But Nasir is the one who knows how to fish. He said he used to getting his fish and his food when he was younger. So if they don't have no rice, he making it to the end. You're not getting rid of your fishermen in the beginning of the game.
Angie. I The sob story aside, this is a competition. So I'm thinking competition wise, I don't think he's gonna do great socially. I think there's gonna be a language barrier for him, unfortunately. I also didn't like the fact that he like wanted to come off as like he's gonna come out being sly and like a villain. Like he has this like personal goal to be kind of like a villain, I guess. And it
He didn't say that. He said the opposite of that. He said his goal was to be friendly and to be seen as the provider for the tribe. He wanted to be a
well,
social player that provided for the tribe.
you got to see all the videos. In one of his videos,
Oh,
he came off as if he wanted to be like this mastermindy villain type of character. And to me, somebody with a language barrier, I don't necessarily know how you are going to be leading this social game that in that fashion.
Charles, you stuck on an island with no rice. That's what you say.
Mhm.
And this is the man that knows how to fish. Are you voting him out?
Stay in the official in the official trailer. Mhm.
Are you voting out the one person who knows how to fish?
There's no such thing as one person knows how to fish. Any human being that's up there can hold a fish rod and get in that. Every all the people you gonna put them in the water go get some fish if they hungry enough. Now that's T. Can't it ain't no one person that just knows how to that monopolize fishing. So
We shall see. Now we done seen plenty of seasons. People get out there, throw their little hook, and they don't get nothing. And then you see Ozzy go out there with a little with his hand and grab the fish out the water. So
and we can't
uh,
because he used to fish when he was very small. Look at his body. We can tell he has been eating. So it ain't been recent that he was out fishing and getting.
shady, shady. Suda said something that Nasir learned English by him and his girlfriend, so he don't think he'll lie strategically.
No
I can see the language barrier, but
social game. Mm-mm.
they said that was shade. That was shade, Charles. But let's move on from the fisherman. I like Nasir. Where did I have him on my list? He was number 13. I ranked him a little bit higher because he wants to give everybody the fish.
You said a little bit
Now, who
high.
was this? This is I don't forgot how to say her name. Is it Lania? Lania?
I don't remember her. I remember
I remember her because she's from Chicago. I remember everybody from Chi-Town. Um, Liana. Liana is 20-year-old. She's a college student. She's from Evanston, Illinois, which is right there north of Chicago. She's a spoken word artist. I said side note in the pictures, her brothers was cute, but that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Um, she wants to lead with I can't say that, but she wants to be authentic. Authentic.
authenticity.
I'm an accountant, so I could say numbers. I can't say that word. And she wants to be the one to find idols, and if she has to lie, she will. I do get that she is a little bit boring. I am a little bit biased. I root for everybody from Chicago. I like her. But Evanston is kind of bougie, so
No
how
rice.
she gonna I don't know how she gonna do on the roughing it, but we'll see. But I like Lania because she's from Chicago. What you think about Lania? Or what was her name? Liana.
I hope she doesn't give us a blow up. Um, if
I don't think that's her.
if anybody, I feel like because she can give us a Karen moment. If anybody, if they're hungry and snap on someone, might be her. She might be like a Michaela. Michaela was young. Michaela was not great at.
Hmm.
Um, who else? There's a whole bunch of young women that you never know. The game gets under you emotionally, so you
It does. You see
don't.
all kind of emotions coming out when you're roughing it. You're hungry, and then you gotta exert all your energy in the challenge. and then you got to sleep on the ground and all. Like, you see people come out.
Mhm.
They say they feel like she has all the factors that's needed in the game.
I don't see it.
I think so too. I think she'll last. I think she will make it to the merge, and if she can get in the right kind of alliance, I think she can do good. But it all depends on how this shakes out because, like you said, if they getting rid of the younger people first, and it's like older people unite, she'll be gone.
Yeah, and if there's like a cookout situation, I feel like they would carry.
It's not going to be a cookout situation because all the black people aren't going to be on the same tribe. They're going to
Yeah,
have to maneuver on probably
there's
three different tribes.
there's 3 tribes. They already posted the tribes. There's 3 tribes, but still, if there is a tribe that's more than 3 people on the tribe that are black, she's one of them. I could definitely see them band together.
We shall see. We shall see. Let's see who's next on the list. This is JD. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce his name. He's another college student. I like JD. On my list, JD is number one. I said JD has everything to win this game. Um, I'm
Yeah,
never gonna find my
you,
notes.
you what's that?
It would be on the last paper. JD is a 20-year-old college student. He's a military kid. He says he knows how to maneuver through getting to know new people because he had to change schools a whole bunch of times. JD says the best thing about Survivor is being underestimated. And he says, was he the one? He says he loved Malcolm and Ozzy. And I like Malcolm and Ozzy too. He says he wants to be the surfer bro, but be calculating on the inside. Like he wants to come off as like just a surfer kid, but then be calculated and smart on the inside. I think he can do it.
Mm, Again,
Now, Charles, you just said you like JD. It seemed like you want to say something shady about him.
Fiverr 41 Bay. I love this. I love the teeth. I'm a person. Um, so I'm definitely rooting for Bay. Hashtag Team Bay. But winning the game, I don't know. I do think he has the ability to maybe code switch. Um, I don't know, but I don't. To be honest, game wise, the fact that somebody wants to be seen as a surfer bro, but you don't fit the surfer bro stereotype. So it's like when people first see him, they're not going to be like, the guy with the locks is a surfer bro. That is not what they're going to assume. Um, and
True.
how is it going to come off him trying to push that narrative? Like, how is he going to get that across? But
Maybe that's something he just said in the 60-second interview and he might drop it. I
maybe
don't know. But I like him. I think he can code switch and be able to talk to the adults and chill with the younger people. Well, they're all adults, but you know what I mean.
goes up there, and
Zuda Zuda said he not here for the people who want to be surfer bros. So
I'm not going to be here for it if he gets up there and starts chasing after Sarah or one of the vanilla girls and try to make that a showman's moment. Be like,
you don't have time for a showmance in 26 days.
I'm gonna be over
It's no
it.
time for it. I don't know why people showmance on Survivor anyway. That's like the nastiest place to want to flirt with somebody. Like you ain't took a shower, brush your teeth. I wouldn't be in the mood for it. But up next, I will admit that I judged her before listening to her. Like when I looked at Heather, this is Heather. I know she's in her 50s and she's a stay-at-home mom. When I saw that, I said, first boot, Heather about to go home first. But I like Heather after she told me she was in the roller derby. I said, okay, she tough. She used to taking some hits and she has some toughness. And then she said she country. Her daddy named Bubba. She know how to fish. She know how to make fire. She know how to what is it, foliage for berries. Like Heather says, she know how to survive in the wilderness. So I think she has a lot to bring to her tribe. I like Heather.
Me too. I think she'll make merge. I definitely see her at the merge with her family coming out. I could see that moment for sure. Um, Now, will she have the social skills? Let's say because there are three tribes. I think they're going to keep three tribes throughout the season too. I don't know. That might be strange.
That's gonna be crazy.
That might be strange, but I think they're going
You have to eventually merge.
to. But if she's on a tribe that's majority young people, but
She's gone.
she's gonna be in trouble, because there are more older, but you never know the luck of the draw. All the young people could be in one spot, and she could be with them, and then it'd be like, But we'll see.
We'll see, but Zuda is here for Heather. I'm here for Heather. Heather is she made it to number 8, so that's above average out of 18. So I like Heather. I think if she can make it through that, because I think she's athletic too. You got
Hmm.
to be athletic to be on the roller derby. So I think she could show
Mm,
her value and people not just judge her for her age.
roller derby, you don't. You just have to have a solid. I don't want to make it sound shady. Solid core.
No, you
'Cause
got to know how, because you got to know how to take hits, and you got to know how to hit people.
well, in roller derby, just like all other sports, there are positions. There are certain girls that are in the front that are the quick, athletic ones, and then there are girls that go around and knock the other bitches down. So, don't
Okay, you right, because I don't know nothing about roller derby.
know. A lot of them overweight guys are not athletic. They are big. They take up a lot of space, and they get to it. They can block, but it's the same for roller derby. You have blockers, you have people that knock people down, but necessarily they can't really run 2 4 laps. So
I agree with Zuda. I hope she breaks the mold, and I hope she's good strategically and socially. I think she will be good socially. I see high things for Heather. Like you said, it does all depend on the luck of the tribe and how they choose to unite on that tribe. So
I like.
we shall see.
I think she'll definitely make it.
Up next is Genie. I know Genie is up there too. How old is Genie? 50 something too? 40 something? She's
Grocery.
46. She's a grocery store clerk. Jeannie definitely gives me first boot. Like, she doesn't look athletic at all. She looks like if her tribe loses, she's out. And that's it's just what it is. Jeannie is someone who isn't even on herself. She's relying on the social game. She wants to play a Sari type of game. Sari is hard to live up to. Sari is a great strategic social player. I would like to see if she can do it, but I don't think she will. I think the first time her tribe loses, she's out.
She gives me talk too much vibes. I feel like she may think she's getting to know people and socializing, but I feel like she will do too much talking in that pursuit, and that'll
And
rub people.
ruin some plans.
Because if you watch her videos and things, through the other videos and stuff, she has a lot to say about a lot of things, about herself, about everything. She just talks, and that for camp morale, that can get on people's nerves. So
It will get on your nerve when you're already agitated, like you said, about not sleeping, not eating, all that talking will get on your nerve. Something about Jeannie Zuda doesn't like. I agree. I I like her. I just don't see it for her in the game. Up next is somebody else I don't see it for. Her name is Evie.
if she's gonna dress like that early, many
You said if she dressed like that, she going home early.
yes, if they dress like this on the show, they're going home early. There have been there have been many quote unquote great players that have had the same look, that have had the glasses, the bow ties, the gender neutral look. That's gonna give people red flags from the jump, and they're gonna be like, oh, so you are casted to be like so and so. You're casted to be like this part. You know what I mean? So I think if people want to get a threat out, they're gonna get out and not really give them a chance.
Well, Charles, let me ask you something, and I'm asking everybody in the chat too. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing but something she said. She's working on her PhD in human evolutionary biology. What kind of job you get with that?
Professor. She might be a professor. No, seriously.
Okay.
To be honest, those three words low key mean the same thing. Biology is literally the evolution of humans. So the 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 fact that the title is broken down so much, she just has like a PhD in biology. But she'll be a professor, or she might go into clinical research. But she didn't have to get to do clinical research. That's a waste of schooling. But
I just was like, no, she not spending all her financial aid money on this. I don't know. I don't know. It's something. I don't want to shade nobody because I don't know what people degrees are in the chat or who may rewatch this. No shade, but when she said that, I'm like, what kind of job is this? But
she might
moving on from that. Moving on
edit
from that.
grow fertilization or something, but still, you don't have a job. So I don't know.
Right. If you want to go into that, you be a doctor, not a PhD doctor, but a medical doctor. Like I didn't get it, but let's get off of her job because that doesn't have anything to do with the game. She really didn't talk about much. She just said she was happy to be queer and happy to be a face of a lesbian, or she didn't say lesbian, she said queer, a face on a TV screen that has never been seen before. And I just want to be like, girl, we've seen your face before. We done seen plenty of LGBT women and men on our TV screens. But if you happy for it, I'm happy for you.
This is the
What do
question
you
for
think?
do does Evie identify as a man, woman, or non-binary? That's a question.
She said queer because I
Yeah,
wrote it on my paper. She said, I'm
I-
happy to be a queer.
yeah. Queer is not
So
a
that
gender.
means, but that
No,
means she just doesn't want to pick lesbian or bi. She just, I don't know. I
and
don't let me get to line.
Angie. So queer has nothing to do with your gender identity. I still don't know if they identify as a she, he, or they. That's why when I'm trying to talk about Evie, I try to say I said she at the beginning, but I tried to correct myself to say I don't know if what they're gonna do because I don't know if they identify as she. Got to be careful with that because if they have fans and their fans find you and you're calling them she, they will attack you for not using the correct gender term. So
But people know I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like she didn't say what her gender term was, so I have to go by what I see. And it seems like she is a lesbian, so
okay.
that's a female. I don't know. We talking about shit that ain't got shit to do with her game.
No,
Zudo
but
says she was female before, but changed after the
so
season.
we know they're female, but that does not okay. Again, that does not give you their gender markers. Some people like, for instance, me, I am a he, but you can look like me and want to be referenced to as she or they.
But we
And
wouldn't know that unless you say it. So you can't be mad
I,
at people if they say he and you don't say it.
I want to be careful about that because I don't want to be throwing she's around and people start mentioning me on Twitter. Like,
Okay, well, let's talk about her gameplay. I was being shady in the beginning, but I don't want to be shady over her, how she identifies. I said I don't like her. So Evie is at number 12. I don't, when she gave her little 60-second bio, she spent all her time talking about her PhD and her happy to be queerness. She didn't talk about the game. That's why I don't have nothing on my paper about her game. And that's why I was like, well, is she here to play Survivor or is she here for all these other categories? So she's someone who I'm going to have to see what she does on my TV screen. But since she didn't give me anything, I don't have anything to add. What do you think of Evie as far as the game?
I think Evie, I already told you, if Evie's going to dress like this, Evie is going early because they are already going to use
They're going to
what
think she's in that nerdy type that's too
the
smart for the game.
oh, you were casted to be the mastermind of the season or whatever.
Hmm.
So they're going to try to get rid of them for just literally from the way they look. So that's what I see.
Okay, let's move on. We spend a lot of time on her, and let's see. This is Erica. Now, Erica, I can tell you off the bat, she last on my list. She number 18, and I forgot she's 32. She's a communications manager. As soon as Erica said that she doesn't like outdoors and she has no outdoor skills, she gave me the one who's going to be complaining at camp and she's about to go home. So I don't see it for Erica in the game at all.
Yeah, for me, Erica was forgettable as well. Um, I see Erica tribe or a losing tribe. If she's on a losing tribe, I do see her going home early, unless she's just like a number for a majority alliance somehow. But you never know. You never know how that cookie can crumble for some people because some people can be literally wallpaper and make it to the end of games. So
True.
um,
She's also very soft spoken, and I was a lot of these people just from their videos seem very loud. So I think she can get lost. Like she might go internal where a lot of people are external. She was very soft spoken.
yeah, she might be the type to be smart enough to know, oh, I'm gonna get beside one of these narcissistic ass bitches and let them think that they are the Superman,
Running everything.
right? The Bat. I'll be Robin. I'll play the wingman position. And then that their shield will be her shield. So mm,
I don't see it. Just from the 60 seconds I've heard of her, it looked like she never even watched Survivor. It doesn't seem like she know anything about the game. So I don't see it for Erica at all. Up next now, this sound very bad, but it's some black people on here and I forgot which one he is. So I gotta look at all my notes. I ain't trying to say all black people look alike, but I done forgot his name. Okay, I know he not Deshaun, so which one is he?
and Danny,
Nah, he's not Danny. I know Danny when I see Danny. Um shit, I don't know who he is. He ain't on none of my papers. Who is this man in the chat, y'all? Because I don't know who he Eric. Okay, thank you.
yeah.
That's Eric. Okay, Zuda
Um,
mentioned Eric.
Twitter.
Um,
I'm Facebook friends with his daughter. Um,
okay, this the one you Facebook friends with.
friends-
Eric must be boring because here goes his paper. Okay, Eric is 51-year-old cybersecurity analyst. He used to be in the military. No, he wasn't in the military. Yes, he was, and he was on the track team. Eric said a lot of stuff, but everything Eric said, once he talked about his mama Ruby, I was like, mm-mm. Eric, I don't see it for him. He's number 15 on my list. He talking about nobody could beat him physically. I'm like, sir, you will be beaten physically. Um, it's just something about him. Can't put my finger on it, but he's just at the bottom of my list. What do you think about Eric?
um, watching his video, he definitely gives me that like low key hyper masculine southern straight black man energy from his video that I know very well living in North Carolina. Um, so I don't know how well that's going to go with him being amongst non-black people, and we'll see. I don't really see him going to the end. Do I see him making merge?
I don't either.
Nah, I don't see him making merge either, unless, like I said, unless the black people come together. We're
We shall
all
see.
this
Mind you,
together.
they was probably over in Fiji when the cookout was doing their thing, so they haven't learned that they need to be the cookout. I don't know. But on my paper, I did say he gave me controlling vibes and he might rub people the wrong way. So I don't see it for Eric. Zuda said he wants his team to go far and he doesn't realize this is not a team game. He needs to realize quickly this is not a team game. Only one person gets $1 million. So,
Mhm.
and they say they don't see him making it anywhere near the merge. And I agree. I agree. I hope they don't give this man a Philip edit. No one should have to be made a fool of like they made a fool of Philip. I don't think he's that far gone. I just think he's a little bit controlling, but I don't think he's gonna rub people the right way. So that's why I rated him so low on my list. But that's your friend's father, so I'm assuming you're gonna root for him, right?
I don't know if I would use the word friend. She my Facebook friend. I don't. I talk to her. She knows me, but I don't. She knows
There
who I.
you go, Charles. There you go. Okay, we almost done. Up next is Deshaun. Deshaun is
My projected winner of the
not at all. Not at all. See, I don't know. It was something about Deshaun I didn't like. He's 26 years old. He's a medical student. On my paper, I said he spent out of the 60 seconds they had to talk, he spent 45 of those 60 seconds talking about his medical degrees. And I was just like, this not resume, boo. This survivor, what you gonna do in the game? He gives me the type of person that likes to talk about himself a
Mhm.
lot, and that will rub people the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way in 60 seconds. I'm not here for Deshaun. He doesn't look like no physical threat to me, so he could go. What do you think? Since he your winner pick,
With having someone like Eric on the same cast, he's gonna come off as bubbly, friendly, um, compared, and I think that is going to draw a lot of the women towards him. I know he wants to have some iconic like confessionals. He wants to be like the villain in the confessionals and not everyone's face, which I live for because I would be really friendly too and be like, "Oh, I'm so tired of these bitches." Behind the scenes, so I'm here for that. And I do I see him winning the season if he can get to the end. If he can get to the end, I feel like he is intelligent enough to make a speech to let everybody know what his strategy
why
works.
he should win? He is
Uh,
intelligent.
yeah, and how he rolled it out.
Zudar agrees with you. He says he sees him doing very good socially, and he's very. Is that
Manipulative.
supposed to be Cara? You read it, Charles.
It says, I see him doing very good socially. Honestly, he gives me a very charismatic, manipulative type personality while talking to people. Yeah, I feel like he could definitely, but that's what Survivor is about. Like, we need a like,
That is what Survivor is about.
but you need to be able to stab people in the back at the end of the day. So,
I agree. I can change my mind just off of the first 60 seconds. I wasn't here for Deshaun, but I'm here for Deshaun changing my mind with some good gameplay. We shall see. Up next, I don't forgot his name
oh,
too.
first boot.
This is David. He's
First
the
boot.
neurosurgeon. You say first boot. What did I
First
have, David?
I ever seen one.
David is number 9. He's another one. I don't know what it is about the doctors, but he spent all his time talking about brain tumors and stuff like that. I wasn't here for all of that, but He did say there's no place for loyalty in Survivor, and he'll be the first one to stab somebody in the back. And I was happy to hear that at least he wanted to play a good game. So I don't mind David. I don't see first boot. Where
Well,
you get first boot from? Explain that.
come October, he'll be tweeting with the rest of us. Um,
Relax, agree with you. He said boot, a
first,
boot
if you remember the season where they had like Beauty, Bronze, and
and
Brains,
brains.
there was a guy on the Brains team that had on like the blazer and like he was like the executive. He gave me the exact same energy this guy gives, and it he was the first boot. You that energy rubs every people don't like overly observative white men. They do not like that energy. So if he comes off like that to this cast of diverse people, they are sending him to the ER, back to the crib, so he can text and tweet with the rest of us. Yeah,
He white.
yeah. He gives me white, Italian, white, so Italian vibes. Yeah,
He said to call him Voce. That's his nickname, Voce.
yeah. He's probably Italian.
Okay, that's Italian. Ah,
Call him white, so we call him white. I guess.
they gonna vote his ass out if he do all that brain tumor talk around camp. They gonna want to hear that, just like I didn't want to hear it. But I didn't see first boot, but we shall see. We shall see. Um, I'm gonna save this person for last because I like him the best. We almost done two more people. This is Brad. Now Brad, he was an older guy. I remember Brad. He's the rancher. He the one who owns a cattle ranch,
Got it. One
and
Survivor Africa. Ethan,
he
he
did
gives
what?
he gives me Ethan vibes. Ethan that one Survivor
Yeah,
Africa. He gives me
he
Ethan.
says he loves Ozzy. He really didn't do nothing to talk a lot about ranching, but seeing how you said they not getting any rice, Brad is gonna stay around a long time because he's another one who knows how to fish and collect food. So I like Brad even more. He was number six on my list, but I think I think he'll get along with people and he'll be a strong teammate for his tribe and he's gonna provide food, so they're gonna keep him around.
Yeah, I could see that more for him than the other person you said from
Nasir,
was going that was going to provide. I don't. If they had to choose between the two, they not choosing the guy with the English as not his first language. Any language barrier, they are not even going to give you the time of day. So
he was a little bit boring, but because I ain't have that much notes, he didn't say too much. But now that you explained a little bit more about the game, I think he'll go even further.
he definitely gives me juror vibes. So I could see him on the jury. Yes.
Agreed. Let's get to the last and definitely not the least. Definitely not the least. Let me go ahead and find my page of notes before I flip his picture because I ain't never gonna find the notes. But y'all already know who it is. Danny, the ex football player. If you don't know nothing about me, you know I love a good football player. Um, he's somebody I just want to look at on my TV screen, at least to the merge. He gives me once we merge, he the first one gone at the merge because off of looks, he's the most physical just by looking at the picture. But
I I think one. I think he's going to
I
make.
don't know how much football skills gonna bring over to Survivor. And if anybody recognizes him from the NFL, they boot his ass right out because they gonna think he already got money.
It depends on the challenges they're going to have them doing. Because some seasons of the past, the competitions were very physical, like wrestling for a bag, wrestling for this, doing different stuff, running. he would do great at those challenges. But if they're gonna have them doing carnival games like Big Brother or more recent,
No, we're
he's
not
not,
doing that on
not
Survivor.
so great.
Mm-mm.
So
I like Danny. Do you think there is any kind of path for him to win the game?
no, I don't see Danny winning because I think once Danny makes it, people is blowing me up. So once he makes it to the merge, I feel like have to, he's going to have to win out because
Mm-hmm.
he, this strong black man that has been carrying his team physically through competitions, and they are not going to want to give him like single immunity. So they're going.
He gonna have to find some immunity idols, find some advantages. He's gonna have to win out and idle out to get to the end. Zuda says he doesn't see him doing good socially. I think he will.
I
I
don't
think
see
he will.
either. I agree with that. I feel like,
He said, or strategically,
yeah,
he just there to do competitions.
I see him. Yeah, I agree. I see him as a invite, comp casted to be good at competitions. But there have been, mind you, that's not a bad thing because there's been several other players that have been casted for that exact. We keep talking about Ozzy. Ozzy is a main example. Ozzy was great at competitions, but he had air between his ears, so that didn't really matter much because he never won, as you saw.
True. True. Those are facts. So that was everybody from the cast. I'm going to run down my rankings list real quick because I kind of went out of order. And this is just first impressions. Once the season starts, I guarantee this is going to be all jumbled up and switched around. But just off of first impressions, and this isn't really winner's edit, this is who I like and who I think will do well. I said JB, Sydney, Danny, Xander, Liana, Brad, Chantelle, then Heather, then David, then Deshawn, then Ricard, then Evie, then Nasir, Tiffany, Eric, Genie, Sarah, and Erica is in dead last. So,
Guys, leave a comment down below. Who are your favorites? Give us your
who are your
three.
favorites? And who do you think will be first boot? Who do you
Yeah,
think gone out of there?
and make sure y'all
I'm
like this.
so excited.
Give it a.
Tomorrow is a 2 hour premiere.
Do you
Are
think
you excited?
for the 2 hour premiere we're gonna get 2 episodes, or is it going to be one long episode?
Please be 2 episodes. I don't need an hour getting to know everybody. I done just looked at all these 60-second videos. I know what I need to know. Get into the game.
Yeah,
Get into the game.
I hope tomorrow we get action.
We need two people getting up out of there tomorrow.
Yep.
It's gonna be so good. I can't wait to see it. Charles, are you gonna review Survivor with me?
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay.
Know for October we've been talking about stuff that
It's
nobody else.
gonna be it's gonna
So
be a busy month. October is busy for you and me,
we're gonna be
but
busy.
we'll make it through.
I'm down. Let's do Survivor.
Do you want to shout out your October plan, or are you waiting to release that on Instagram and Twitter later?
Well, for those that are watching now, I can, give you a little tip. So Charles Warren Online, which is my YouTube channel. I will be doing 31 Days of Thrills, is what it's going to be called. I will be doing a follow along movie marathon. We will be watching 31 thrillers slash horror movies throughout the month of October. It's going to be set up to where I will release the movies we watch for that week, and then throughout the week you're gonna be sending me your reactions on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, the Charles Warren, so you can follow along, engage, and we will be going live on my Instagram. And I love now that you can have 4 people talking at once on Instagram. So you guys, when we go live late at night talking about the movie we saw today, we'll be kiki and cackling about how that went. Um, 31 Days of Thrills for October. I am super excited. We got some iconic movies, some new movies. I'm sure some stuff you've never seen. But yeah, so follow me, the Charles Warren on Instagram. Angie's gonna participate. I hope. She and
I'm
her.
going to participate. Me and my husband. My husband's favorite category of movies are scary, thriller, old school movies. So I definitely can participate and we'll watch some and we will chat along. I already told Charles it won't be every day, but he understands. October is year end close in the accounting world. And so I'll be extremely busy. But I definitely will support and have a good time because I love a good thriller movie every once in a while. And it looks like everyone is here for it. So, well, we got
uh,
about 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. I'll be making announcements of the first week of movies. Very make sure you follow me.
And a couple of people listed their faves. Zuda said his faves are JD, kind of. I guess he kind of like JD. Ricard, Heather, Deshaun, and Liana. Me and Zuda, me and you used to be right here. We off a lot on those faves. And I guess his first boots are Nasir and Chantelle. So
I see Nasir or the Italian guy, the surgeon, the brain surgeon is my first boot. So
that's David.
I don't know his name. I'm sorry. But yeah,
Zuda
excited.
wants to know what are your channels, Charles? So I'm assuming that's
Like
your
my social.
YouTube channel. Yeah,
So
give them
my
all your social media.
okay. So my social medias. My main one is my YouTube channel, Charles Warren Online. So my name, Charles Warren Online. I talk about movie reviews, Big Brother, Survivor. We do the reality shows stuff too, but mostly music as of recent. But I will be doing the 31 Day of Thrills, which will be hosted on Instagram. It's going to be hosted on Instagram. So you need to follow me on Instagram, the Charles Warren. Okay. Now, once we do our chats and people send me their reactions that are going to be on my stories on Instagram and stuff, I'm going to compile those and make YouTube videos out of them. So you will see it on YouTube, but you'll see it after it happened. So if you want to follow along and talk with us and stuff, you need to follow me on Instagram, the
On
Charles.
Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Zaki wants to know, are we all the trio going to go live for the challenge this week? Of course we are. Of
Thursday.
course we are. We already missed. Well, I'm happy last week happened the way it did. That way we don't have to review off of a cliffhanger and wait all the way to another 3 episodes go by before we get to talk about the cliffhanger. So we're gonna get to see who goes home, what TJ came to the house for, who gonna be in this hall brawl. We're gonna get all this exciting stuff to talk about, and it'll be this Thursday. We have to meet, us three get together if we're going to go a little bit earlier so we can do the challenge and do Survivor, because I definitely want to do Survivor on Thursday as
Yeah,
well.
I think Drew wants to do Survivor. So I don't know. I talked to Drew yesterday,
What did he
but
say?
we didn't
Well, I
talk
guess
about.
we can talk about that after.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
trying to read the comments. But we're definitely
Drew,
going to do
yeah,
the challenge.
like turn up,
Hmm?
Drew. Hmm.
Turn up Drew.
Yeah, I said when when me and Drew were talking, Drew said he went out this past weekend. I was like, okay,
Oh, okay.
turn
He
up.
does he does so much good work over there. He needs a good turn up.
Right.
Okay, so a lot. I'm just trying to see if anybody was asking any new questions in the comments.
What if we, yo, Angie?
Now
What?
Zuda is being shady. He said he finds it funny that nobody even gonna watch the challenge tomorrow. Now I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm watching the challenge after I watch Survivor. Survivor is getting watched first.
No shade, but with Survivor coming and these movies I'm gonna have to start watching in October, the challenge is all the way back in the back of the bus. Um,
It is kind of boring. Drew made a video, I don't know if it came out yesterday or today, of how the ratings have plummeted for the challenge this season.
I'm not shocked. When you have a
I don't,
show that depends on Josh as one of its main characters, you have a bad show.
facts, facts. Survivor clocks both the challenge and Big Brother. Correct, but that's why Big Brother getting ready to go off because they
Yeah,
already know what's up.
Big
But
Brother beat up there and
I'm gonna stick with the challenge, but like I said, Survivor will be watched first, and we will be doing our fantasy team updates. We definitely need to collect the remaining of our points with this cliffhanger so we can see where the totals are. I already know you're still out in the lead, Charles, but you have lost the most people. So I don't know how long you can hold on to the lead. We shall see.
my phone about to die.
Okay, I know it's time to go. We've been talking a good hour. We had a good time. We'll see everybody Thursday night. You will see us back together for the Survivor and the Challenge Thursday. Look out on Kiss My Cheeks TV for the times. Thank you all so much. We had a great time. We'll see you later.
Y'all on Thursday.
Bye.